All right, we're joined by Baylor head coach Nicki Collen, student athletes Aaronette Vonleh, and Sarah Andrews. Coach, if you could start us off, please. God bless.
Well, congratulations to TCU. Kind of led tip to finish. Felt like when Fauntleroy and Nettie were in foul trouble in the second quarter, it's probably when the game got away from us a little bit. I don't think we were very effective at either end of the floor. And then I thought we just clipped along. Played really good offense in the third, still made some defensive mistakes, but then I thought we really locked down in the fourth. So turned into a really good basketball game. Really thought Nettie was going to make that three and we would be playing overtime. I thought she was good all night long, and I thought Sarah was the leader of that comeback. I thought she kind of got in her bag and was really leading us in that stretch. So I thought these guys were a big part of why we ended up with a chance to win it.
Zach.
Coach, was that play to Nettie for three at the end of the game, was that how you drew it up? Is that the look you wanted?
Yep. Yeah. I know analytically, maybe it looks like I wouldn't do that, but I think it was the easiest way to get a clean look for three. And I've seen Nettie make a lot of those. We made her shoot them in preseason a lot, and I've just seen her knock down a lot of them. And, when you're trying to play quickly, we were trying to get on the possession before. She ripped and drove it, and so Sedona plays drop coverage. It's the easiest way to get a three. It's a little harder. They would have switched out on our guards. They would have, it was a good look, and that thing looked like it was going in.
Sarah, in all three games against TCU, it seems like you guys didn't give up. It seems like you always had a comeback in the fourth quarter, I guess. What is it about late game situations where you kind of turn it on, and how do you get over that hump moving forward?
Just being vocal and letting everybody know that we're okay. It's a lot of basketball left. I just kept talking throughout the whole game. Like, come on, we were one stop away. Every time, I felt like we just couldn't get over that little hump when we got to about two or so. So just everybody being seniors and knowing it's our last time kind of to play together with this group, just being vocal.
All right, on the podium.
Sarah, kind of going along with that, I know this isn't the result y'all wanted, but looking at the team and how y'all performed in this tournament, how do you feel the team was?
Oh, this team was great. I think, we battled back from what we were down at halftime. I'm going to give us a day to hang our head on it, but when 11:59, 12 o'clock come tonight, it's time to move on and get ready for the NCAA tournament.
And Nettie, kind of going along with that, the selection show being on Sunday, what are y'all biggest takeaways from this tournament that y'all can take into the NCAA tournament?
I think the biggest takeaway is just that, we do have what it takes to play against really good teams and beat them. I think there's just a little switch that has to go off in our heads, and I know that we're going to work towards that, but we just have what it takes in our locker room to win against anybody, and we just have to believe that.
Stay on the podium.
This for Coach and then the players. Second year of the Big 12 tournament for the women has been played here at T-Mobile. Just curious as to your thoughts of the venue and then Kansas City as a whole.
Yeah, obviously Kansas City always shows up. I think when you think about a game like today, when you don't have a local team playing in it, you don't have a Kansas State, or I know they refer to this as Hilton South, the building felt like we were playing for something. And so I think it's treated us well. We certainly spend no time in Kansas City when we're here. We like our hotel. We like staying as long as we can stay because it means we're playing in the championship. But T-Mobile, the change to T-Mobile had to happen. The women needed it. I understand there were advantages of playing at the same time and playing at Municipal, but the brand of basketball we play deserves a building like this. So I'm grateful to be here, and I'm grateful for the way it's run. And so, yeah, it's been good to be here.
Sarah.
I think, it was great. Women's basketball needs stuff like this, especially for a game like this that was just played. It was a great environment, and I was joking with the commissioner earlier about it being Louis on the floor. That's what he said. It looked like we was playing on the Louis court, so it was a great experience.
Nettie.
It was a really cool experience for me personally, I'll say just I've never really been here, used to Las Vegas, but Kansas City was cool. I think, it treated us well. We made it to the last game, so it's a good place to be.
Zach.
Aaronette, did you learn anything about yourself or the team in a couple close games? You played well without bugs. Like, what do you take away from this tournament personally as a team?
I mean, we've been without bugs for a few games, but I think it's still apparent that even without someone who contributes so much to our team, we all have what it takes to step up in different ways and make up for that void. I'd say that's just the biggest takeaway. Yeah.
Podium.
Coach, making it all the way to the end, the Baylor faithful that supported y'all throughout the double bye in Iowa State, Colorado State here, what was kind of your reaction to the support you got from this tournament?
Yeah, it was a great. I said it the other day when we were talking about my 100th win. I'm grateful. When Baylor's in your heart, it kind of stays there. And so I think, we don't have the mightiest alumni base in terms of numbers, but I think we have a really faithful fan base. So it was great. But I really want to answer the question you asked, Nettie. What I learned is that Kyla Abraham made a big old jump this weekend, and she started making layups. She even made 2 free throws today. And, it's been a long time since we played double big. I thought they did a really good job, Nettie and Kyla playing together. But just, Kyla just hasn't played those extended minutes, and I didn't see the fatigue from her that we often see 2 or 3 minutes in. Because, her job normally is to just give Nettie blows and to play when she's in foul trouble. But I thought she was better than someone that just was a placeholder and rebounded and runs the floor. So I thought that was awesome. I thought Nettie wanted the ball. And if she can score on Magassa and she can score on Sedona Prince, she can score on anybody in the country. And so that's what it told me, that we have someone that we can play to and play through. And I just thought her teammates embraced that. This one in particular with 11 assists the other night. I think she just got her the ball where she needed it, saw her early in transition, and starting to understand when to screen and roll and play behind and when to bury deep. And, she played a little too complicated to start the game. And I thought in the second half she wasn't messing around anymore. And so that's what I learned, that we're lucky enough to get Bugs back. Yes, I'm not just saying that for the NCAA Tournament Committee. Bugs is already practicing. She's in return to play protocol. She'll be back practicing with us the whole week for the NCAA Tournament. And, it allows us to not play tiny. Bella's played great at the 4. We've gotten minutes. Our bench has been phenomenal. I'm super proud of the way they stepped up. But when you don't shoot it great and you're missing out on the best offensive rebounder in your league, it impacts you, and Bugs is going to get you a rim run layup. She's going to get you an offensive rebound. And when you take that away, it makes you work that much harder for baskets. So we're going to be happy to have her back too.
Okay, stay back on the podium for 2, and then we're going to come back up here to Zach. Go.
It seemed like there was a lot of similarities when you guys played TCU in the first 2 games, just with them going up and then you guys making it a game there in the fourth quarter. What would you say was maybe the biggest difference, or was this the same game to you, Coach?
Well, I think they were all a little different. We were down 22 at their place, so that one felt really uncomfortable until we came storming back. And it was furious. I think the last 2 games have been more similar. Where we've had maybe a tough stretch and then it hung around at 8 or 9 points. We didn't make the push probably soon enough. We started to score in the third, but didn't get enough stops to make it close. And so, but we certainly never quit. We started to get stops late. I thought Tony did a good job mixing up ball screen coverages. The whistle was blowing on hand checks. And so I think there were stretches where it was a parade to the foul line on hand checks, and no one wants to watch that in a conference championship game. But I thought the last 2 games were very similar.
Coach, I know net rankings and all that kind of stuff is all kind of a mystery, but do you feel like y'all made maybe a clear enough case to be able to play back in Waco for first 2 rounds?
Yeah, I thought if we got to the championship, there was no way that we wouldn't be in the top 16. If Arnett was there, we knew we would get another quad one win with the semifinal win. So I have zero doubt that we've done what we needed to do in this league. And I know we haven't always gotten the respect this year, the Big 12, that say the Big 10 or the SEC have gotten. But I think this is better. This league is better than people give it credit for. And, I think TCU is a top 10 team. They've been a top 10 team. They beat NC State. They beat Notre Dame. And those teams are projected to obviously be 2s and 3s. I feel like we've done everything we needed to do down the stretch, playing our best basketball at the end of the year and only losing to a top 10 team twice. I would be surprised, disappointed, surprised, but mainly disappointed.